Job done eventually, and there we have it, exactly that. Creep Timber's on the way, again encroaching on Maru's third base. Always feels so suffocating when the Terran sees what is probably Queens, hopefully Queens right there, spreading creep. The second factory is on the way, but perhaps notably that armory for 2-2 pretty darn late. 1-1 has been done for Maru, so Serral will absolutely be able to catch up in those upgrades.
Yeah, that was a solid minute and a half upgrade advantage Maru had that will slip away, but tell you what, that is an early sensor tower, and that really speaks to Maru's mindset, which is late game, let's play late game, let's just not die, and that gives up a chance to get momentum and control over the map. He's just doing this kind of low intensity pressure, drops out of the map, and Serral at this point is saying, okay, dude, you're going to build sensor towers, I'm going to go into 90 workers, I'm going to go for my hive, I'm going to add the lurk attack and all the rest, and he is defending very well with the Queen split on the north and the south, the Ling Bane in the two separate squads. Maru's been working hard to find damage there, and he's really getting very low returns for all of that effort. That creep is getting awfully close. Maru is not happy about this. He feels a little bit of urgency, and at the same time, he knows there's nothing he can do. He cannot get urgent. He cannot move out. He's got to stay behind his walls. He's got to keep his tank layers back and only branch forward with these small little drops. Of course, as Serral hits Hive, I expect Vipers and Lurkers to come in. And once he has Vipers, well, these are going to get yoinked. These medevacs are start going to get abducted, tanks will start getting abducted, and that's when big lurker swing-ins can come. But oh, hold that thought! Lings get on the tanks, Banelings go after the planetary. Goodbye, 4th base and 5th command center. That is a lovely trade for the Finn.
Yeah, exactly. Both command centers falling, that SCV was like awkwardly left without a command center. Like, I guess I'll rebuild another one. But unfortunately, the Lings were still there, and that might have also not been a cancel. So a big loss of minerals for Maru. Now it was one command center, one planetary, so that's at least the last second cancel on this one. But then the burrow, cheeky burrow, to actually continue denying Maru's economy. Maru, you know, there's not necessarily that many trades, and those Marines did die, right? But it still is expensive for Maru to get into Go. Still expensive for him to replace some of those tanks. He does need not just that army that I was talking about, he also does need these planetaries up to have a fallback point in case the Ling Baneling gets overwhelming.
Yep, he's building one in between. Out front his natural, that's going to be a planetary to anchor his central position, and it's all going to be about spreading out tanks and moving around with a mobile squad of Ghosts and Bio to kind of respond to where the threat comes from. And Maru, he's so good at turtling on this map here on Berlingrad. He's done it before, and if it was anyone else, I'd say they're getting strangled out of this game because Serral's got so much map control. But it's Maru, and there is such a fear in any Zerg player's mind. Serral, it looked like he had momentum in the last game, was not able to finish it. You do not want to let this absolute beast of a Terran player get up to mass Ghost, and that's why it's important that Serral keep finding ways to get in there and deny these bases.
Once again, an amazing income difference. Serral just going to be rolling in cash, even as he rolls Banelings into planetaries. So that's what's really scary for the Terran. We do have a little Sim City, but it's not really enough. Not with the Bio being a little out of place. The Vipers come in, cast the Blinding Clouds on top of the tanks, and Maru is continuing to have to pull back here. Serral just rolling on in, literally, with the Banelings, realizing there's nothing actually to stop me. The Hellbats try their best, but the Ghosts are now under fire. Suddenly, Maru has been basically broken. He's down 70 supply. All it took was having an undefended right side base for far too long, and it looks like Maru might actually be tapping out of game 4.
Oh, Serral there with a fantastic play, and Maru reaching for too much at once. He went to the bottom left and the top right. He said, let's take a 4th and a 5th base at the same time, but that meant moving out of sensor tower range, and all it took was that moment of Serral getting in there, dropping the Blinding Clouds across the tanks, and the Ghosts were too slow to scramble over and respond. And Maru's whole style, it relies on him knowing where the attack's coming from, so he can move that mobile squad. Now, check this out. Serral says, oh, you've got an exposed base down here. All right, I'll make another wave of Banelings and smash into this one. And when Maru moves to defend that, we expect Serral to rotate in on that top side. Once again, hit from there. Massive Baneling numbers. What the hell, Zombie Grub?
Oh my god, there's nothing to stop them. These tanks actually look like they just aren't here anyways. The Banelings roll on through. Serral doesn't just want a victory, apparently. He wants to humiliate Maru in the last game, going after the pop out of the SCVs was so sick. Oh my gosh, that was actually really well done. Maru, again, not going to give up anytime soon on Berlingrad.
Oh, creep spread in his other 4th base, though. And Serral here. I mean, this is Serral saying, okay, you might be the king of late game. Guess what? You let me dominate the mid game, I will drown you in Zerg. I will create a tsunami of Zerg, oceans upon oceans. And this is why you as the Terran player need to put some pressure on. You cannot just sit in your corner of the map and give me the map, because look at what I've done to it. I have turned this into my playground. He's literally laid carpet across the entire map. He's set up Zerg furnishings inside Maru's base. He's running in and making a playground of it from all sides, and he's just able to replenish at ease. Such a ridiculous amount of money, and I tell you, when we get another shot of that army, when it comes in with the next attack, it's going to be disgusting, because that's another round of far too many banelings.
Oh, so many banelings coming in, and the Queen's actually taking some of that tank fire. This is the last stand of Maru. Can he once again do it? It's not looking likely. The tanks are so desperately trying to take care of their ghost buddies. It's not going to work. Serral takes the 3-1 victory and moves forward in IEM Katowice.